talk to you about the art of asking. Now, you understand I'm not American, so I had a problem with pronouncing the word art. Because, art, I had to ask Vern here and Josh to help me pronounce it right, because back where I come from, we say art. But I'm hearing here we say art. It's amazing that we live in a time and we live in a life where asking is part of life. But the problem is that many people don't even understand that asking can also be an art that can actually be of great benefit to you as in life. It can actually cause things to happen for you that are unbelievable. And within a few minutes, as I talk to you on the aspect of why this is an art and why you must learn to ask the right questions to the right people at the right time, why you need to understand that is because once you are able to understand that art, then definitely there are things that are going to change in as far as your business is concerned, in as far as your lifestyle is concerned, in as far as your marriage is concerned, in as far as many things that have to do with you are concerned. Now, the word ask basically is an interrogative word. It's also a question word, and it's also a function word. It's a word that we'll normally use when you want to know what, or when you want to know when, or when you want to know where, or who, or which, or whom, or whose, or why, and how. Most of the time, whenever you're asking, those words are always the words that are leading to something. Why I call it a function is because those are words that are always leading to something. Now, asking challenges you to look beyond your difficult position, and it creates a desire in you for you to seek for answers for whatever that is that you are looking for. What I mean by that is that whenever you are asking, it puts you in a place of you feeling a bit vulnerable, yet, and also you're feeling fearful, but yet once you are able to do it, then it pushes you to a place of action. It pushes you to a place of making some changes in your life. Now, there are three kinds of askings we have. We have an asking where is spiritual, and spiritual basically means is when you ask mentally. For us who are Christians, we call it praying, We speak to a super being. We speak to a super being, spiritual being, It's called praying. That's one way of asking. The other asking is when we talk about asking, which is, this is vertical, and then there's what we call horizontal asking, is when you are asking an individual or you are asking people. Now, for us who are in business where we are selling, or in business where we're interacting with people, that asking is very, very important. And I think this morning as I do the show, I'm going to dwell more on that, because I believe as businessmen and businesswomen and as people who are doing sales and people who are interacting with people daily, you must understand that art of asking. Because whenever you have it right, then when you have it right, you are able to get responses, and you are able to get results from whatever it is that you're seeking to do. You understand what I'm saying? The other thing is that it is also internalized. So we have it as a vertical thing, we have it as a horizontal thing where we're dealing with people, and also we have asking, which has to do with your internal being. Because there are times where you have also to ask yourself things, because there's a way in life you're going through some particular things, and until you are able to ask yourself questions, you can never be able to solve whatever it is that you're going through. There are people who basically just need to ask themselves a few things in as far as their lives are concerned, and that asking themselves brings some element of them knowing that they need to make a change or they need to turn around. So whenever you ask the right question to yourself or to someone else, it causes you, or it becomes a driving force for you. It calls for action from you. Whenever you ask a question to somebody, that by itself is a force that causes you to take some kind of an action. Whenever you ask yourself some questions, it is a force that causes you to take some particular action. The other thing is that whenever you ask questions, it always becomes a place of disarming somebody. It becomes a place of disarming somebody. It calls for somebody to give you a response. So whenever you ask somebody something, most of the time you will realize you disarm them. I don't know if you have ever had that kind of an experience, but whenever I'm interacting with a person, I may say many things. I may say many, many things. But the moment I throw in a question, the moment I ask something, you will notice that that person will always change. You always catch their attention. So asking is a very, very, very crucial thing. Some of the ways of, or some of the examples of asking is when you would ask questions like, what will it take for me to fix this problem? How can you help me grow my business? Where can I find a house to buy? Who is your real agent? When can I show you? You know, those are questions that that are very crucial in life. What should I do to make my marriage work? You know, that's an internalized question. What should I do, or how can I make $1 million in 5 years? Can you sign these papers now, please? Can we go look at it now? Can you give me 30 seconds of your time? You know, that's something we normally do every day here. Can you give me 30 seconds of your time? And sometimes when we are doing the role playing here, and many times we say that as we do the phone calls and everything, sometimes it may just look like we are saying, but that statement alone is a disarming statement. Because the moment you challenge somebody and say, can you give me 30 seconds of your time, you are positioning that person to actually know that he has to make a decision and he has to tell you something. And most of the time, unless somebody is extremely arrogant and extremely not a very good dude, and I'm not talking to anybody, I know all of you are very good out there, but unless somebody is like that, most of the time they would want to respond with a positive response of saying, yes, I will give that. But guess what? If you had not challenged him and told him, can you give me 30 seconds of your time, that person would not have an opportunity to give you that time. So those questions are crucial. There are questions like, why are my sales going down? Why is my life like this right now? Why am I not being able to go? You know, why am I not be able to move? Why am I not be able to perform like so and so? Those are, again, internalized questions. There are questions when you have them in your life, they will always push you or launch you to a place of wanting to make some changes. Now, I will know, and I agree with you because I have been in this position, that questions asking is not an easy thing. It is a difficult thing to ask questions because they cause you to become confrontational. Most of the time, whenever you are asking, it means you are becoming confrontational. So what does that mean? When you are confrontational, it means you are actually being removed from your comfort zone. Nobody ever wants to challenge any other person. Nobody ever wants to tell somebody that is going to make them feel uncomfortable. But you see, it is important to understand that this is an art, which whenever you introduce it in a conversation, it basically means you're confronting somebody. And the idea is actually to disarm them. Asking is a crucial thing. You must learn to ask. You must learn to ask. It will make you confrontational, and it also removes you from a comfort zone, and it also prepares you for particular actions. The reality is there is no single thing you ask on this earth that on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Earth of EARTH. There is nothing on this earth, like Josh says, that's how I would have said it, that does not have an answer and a response. All you need to do is to do what? Is to ask. In fact, even my Bible, the Holy Book, normally tells me that you receive because you do not ask. You receive not because you do not ask. Or you receive not because you ask wrongly. Meaning asking is an art. When you know how to do it properly, you will always have a response. You will always have results. You will always have something happening. It also continues to say that you need to ask and ask and ask. Ask and ask and ask. Why is that so? Because whenever you are asking, you will always get results. You need to understand that asking is not belittling yourself. Asking is not making yourself to look like you are the lesser one. Because sometimes people don't want to look like they are looking for help, or they don't want to look like those they are in need. You know, that's how many of us have this look in us. We don't want to look like we are having issues or we are having any problem or anything. Everything is okay, so I don't need to ask. But listen to me, asking is an art. Because every time you ask, something happens. Something happens. There is always a result that is always attached to asking. My Jesus says that ask and you shall receive. Why does he need to say that? It's because he knows that every time you open your mouth to say something, every time you say to somebody, can I take you to this place? Can I show you this? Can I be involved in this? What would I do to make your life better today? What would I do to make myself better today? Whenever you introduce those aspects of asking those questions, there is always going to be a response. And there is always going to be a result. What am I saying this morning? That asking is just, asking is a key to dealing with the fears in your life. Is a key. Whenever you ask, you deal with any form of fear that you may be having. And this morning, I just want you to know that asking is an antidote to fear, and your answer is always with someone near you, or it is simply a phone call away, an email away, a letter away from you. All you need to do is to ask. You can ask vertically, you can ask horizontally, and you can also ask internally. You must learn to ask. I want to appreciate every one of you that is watching this morning. I thank you so much for tuning up. All I'm saying to you today is that spend your time and ask. Wherever, don't fear to ask. 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 What can I do for you? Ask. Can we go see that house? Today I'm going to be showing, I'm going to be going around and doing my business, and I'm going to be doing a lot of asking. Because I know out of the asking, I'm going to be having answers. And those answers are going to be good for me. Guys, thank you so much. You have a great day. Have a great weekend. And thank you for watching the show. Please make sure you share. Please make sure you like. Appreciate every one of you. And thank you once again. Love you and bye-bye.
No longer a slave to fear. Say with me. 'Cause I am a child of God. One more time, say, I'm no longer